Hello and welcome to the channel. This is Valiath, and today we'll be looking at Holy Paladin on the 10.2 PTR. I ran two keys, an 18 Everbloom on Fortified, also ran an 18 Everbloom on Tyrannical that bugged out, then we had to abandon it. I also ran a 20 Waycrest Manor on Fortified, and for all of the runs I ran the standard build that we currently use on live. I have some ideas on different talent choices that I think might work quite well with a new tier set bonus later in the video. But for now, let's jump right into it. The first thing you will notice is the absence of our current tier set. The power of Holy Prism and keys in the current tier is unmistakable, and it provided a really good amount of group healing as well as good AoE damage on a very short CD, which was made even shorter by a 2 set bonus. As it stands right now on the PTR, Prism is very limited. Feels bad to click and doesn't do very much in either healing or the damage department. I'm toying around with the idea of using Light's Hammer instead of Prism and keys. I found that on many occasions in my runs, the group was neatly stacked, which would have allowed Light's Hammer to do a significant amount of healing as well as damage in the area it affects. Doing some basic testing on the healing numbers from Draken shows that Prism does about 150k in healing on a group, whereas Light's Hammer would do over 300k if the group is able to stay within its area effect for its full 14-second duration. This is on top of also doing about 150 to 200k in damage on a group of roughly 5 mobs, compared to Prism's damage of about 50 to 70k. So let's take a look at our new tier set coming in Season 3. Both our 2-piece and 4-piece bonuses feel quite good as they are right now on the PTR, especially our 2-piece bonus. Our 2-piece is able to dish out a substantial amount of AoE healing on the group pretty quickly. Especially if you know if damage is coming out, you would pre-glimmer your party ahead of time, and then when the damage comes out, you drop Divine Toll on the group, which should trigger your 2-piece and reverberate out a substantial amount of healing on your party. And if that wasn't enough healing, hit Daybreak to consume all those glimmers, which would trigger the 2-piece set bonus yet again, and you now also have access to 9 Holy Shocks that can be spread around your party and trigger the 2-piece all over again. If that wasn't dumb enough, hitting Daybreak also gives you the added benefit of having 15% more haste, which will allow you to dish out those extra Holy Shocks even faster. The last thought I had regarding our talent tree is the choice between Avenging Wrath and Avenging Crusader. In the current tier, Avenging Wrath is the clear winner of the two. However, I've always found Avenging Crusader an interesting choice and something I'll be testing out to see how it performs at new higher item levels. Let's first talk about Avenging Crusader. It is a 1-minute cooldown, which for 12 seconds makes your Crusader Strike and Judgment cool down 30% faster, and also does AoE healing to your group based upon the damage done by each spell. Judgment is a great ability that should be used on cooldown to reduce damage done by the target. It also has a chance to trigger Consecration by the Righteous Judgment talent, which will increase your damage and healing done while standing within it thanks to the Strength of Conviction talent in the class tree. In short, more judgments and more Crusader Strikes means more damage reduction, more consecrations, more damage, and more healing done. The potential issue still stands though. Would you rather Crusader Strike when you have Holy Shock available with Glimmers out? My guess is probably no. However, more judgments and consecrations is an interesting proposition. In comparison, Avenging Wrath, or Wings as it's more commonly known, provides you with an additional 15% crit chance on a 2-minute CD, which on live servers is primarily used for DPS purposes and not to bolster your healing throughput. It is important to note, this added crit chance is raw percentage, not crit strike value. The reason this is important to understand is that if it was crit stat value, it would be susceptible to diminishing returns at higher levels. At the beginning of the tier, I can see this being of high value as players will have yet to reach diminishing returns on crit, meaning any additional secondary stat over this value will be punished with a 10% penalty. On live servers, that threshold is 5,400 crit or 40%, and is why our target base value of crit is roughly 34%, so that we can use the corrupting rate file to take us to the 40% maximum. I'm not sure if and what any new diminishing return thresholds will be in place for the next season, but considering the large eye level increase, I would imagine this ceiling will be pushed up as well. For this reason, I still believe Avenging Wrath will be used at the start, but once players have reached the diminishing return threshold, I can see Avenging Crusader possibly being picked up. Those are all my initial thoughts regarding Holy Paladin in its current iteration on the PTR server. I'll be doing more testing, so please make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel for more insightful content and high-level gameplay. Please check out the link in the description for the 18 Everbloom and 20 Waycrest Manor. You can also click the link above. Thank you for watching.